I am going 6-0 in the division because the rest of the division sucks.
This is the best division in football, Tori. Take that step back. We are seeing the true quarterback that he really is, which he is not a very good quarterback.
Welcome to the Man Now, where we taking over. It's time to give you them facts. Won't miss a game or two, cause we here for you and we reporting all of them stats. We coming to you live to keep you updated. Broadcast across the country, we the fan favorites. Break the volume to the max and don't nobody touch it. We crossing topics off the list, addressing every subject. So if you ain't got a clue, then you can tune in and give it 24 hours and we back again. Breaking news, new scoops, we the top dogs. From the fields to the courts, we report it all. Buzzer beaters through your speakers, we the ones to call. Trust us for the news if it's got a ball. Giving you the top stories cause we love the turf. Tell a friend to tune in and where you heard it first. Yeah, you're listening to the Man Now. We taking over, it's time to give you them stats. Yeah, you listen to the Man Now. Miss a game or two cause we reporting all of them facts. Yeah, you listen to the Man Now. We taking over, it's time to give you them facts. Turn the speakers up a little loud. Miss a game or two cause we reporting all of them stats. Because you listen to the Man Hour.
And what is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Buckheischer here with the Man Hour. Head over to manhourradio.com. Check out the merchandise page, and of course, check out that blog section as well. We got new merch dropping. We got to stay. Tomorrow Needs You merch. All proceeds will go to a nonprofit organization to help prevent suicide prevention awareness. For suicide prevention awareness is what I should say. We also have the Takeaway 22 merch as well. That goes to the nonprofit organization, motorcycle organization based out of Topeka, Kansas. Takeaway 22. 22 soldiers commit suicide every day. 22 too many. So we definitely need to raise awareness for that as well. And of course, you've got the Man Hour merch as well. And from now until the end of the year, all proceeds from that merch will go to leukemia. That's right. All proceeds will go to leukemia cancer research because leukemia is a dangerous disease and I hate it with every ounce of my body. I just want to take this lacrosse ball and chuck it at leukemia and blow it up. But it is Thursday edition right here on the Man Hour. Guys, follow me on Twitter at manhour_buck. And of course, Man Hour is brought to you by Manscaped, guys. If you guys have not done your manscaping yet this month, head over to manscaped.com. Use promo code MANHOUR to save yourself 20%. That is 20% plus free shipping on every item. They have the Lawnmower 4.0 package out there right now. It comes with the hedge trimmer, which is for the lower region of the male parts. You got the weed whacker, which I got right here. I got the weed whacker right here. I use that at least once a week because my nose hairs and ear hairs get kind of crazy. Then you got the ball conditioner and the ball lotion as well. Keep those babies fresh. No chafing going on around here. Once you shave, you put that thing on there, moisturize it. No bumps. That's the worst thing about shaving is like when you shave and then you get the bumps and, you know, kind of get that prickly grow after like a day or two. With this lotion, you don't get that. No, you do not get that at all. But it is Thursday, like I said. Welcome. Thursday Night Football happening tonight. Steelers versus Browns. Who do you got? Let me know in the comments below. I'm taking the Steelers. I like the Steelers in this one. I think Mitchell Trubisky goes off. And I think George Pickens gets his balls as well. Not Manscaped balls, but balls. If and then Thursday is here, we're going to talk about JPP signing with the Ravens. Baker Mayfield starting 0-3, possibly. Justin Herbert, day-to-day. Big loss for them if they cannot play. And then we going to talk a little bit of the New York Giants and Kenny Galladay. Mr. 4-year, $72 million man himself. Overpaid, but hey, it is what it is. So let's get into it. Flying solo tonight. Combsy's out doing wedding stuff. He's getting married next week, guys. Next Thursday, me and the boys will be in Chicago. All with Combsy at Wrigley Field. Celebrate my man getting married. Doing the wedding thing on Saturday. Sunday, nursing that hangover. Watching some football games, hopefully. It's going to be a great time. So enjoy the next few days of Man Hour while we're still here. and not dead or something out in the gutter. But anyways, breaking news of the day, I guess. Justin Pierre-Paul has officially signed with the Baltimore Ravens. A 1-year, $5.5 million deal. If you guys don't remember, JPP played for the Buccaneers the last couple of seasons, won a Super Bowl with them. Not last year, but 2 years ago. Had a pretty successful career in New York with the Giants before he blew his hand apart and had only got the claws now, right? The pinky and the thumb. So, with that being said, if JPP can give the Ravens 20 plays per game, then what? If Justin Pierre-Paul can be anything like he was in his first year as a Tampa Bay Buccaneers, this Ravens team got really dangerous really, really quick. Because defense wins championships. JPP is a defensive lineman, right? That outside edge rusher. What is edge rusher? That is what he is. Outside edge rusher. And if he can get in there 20 plays a game and be effective, first of all, that's half of the defensive snaps, maybe a little bit less. Let's call it a third. A third of the defensive snaps. And he just gets free reigns at the quarterback. Dangerous team. If he can do that, if he's a shell of himself like he was the first year with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I say about 80%, not last year. He kind of just like blended in. And blending in is never a bad thing by any means, but he needs to be what he did what his first year with the Bucs, that hungry self that he was. The Baltimore Ravens are probably a playoff team. They can rely on the defense enough to make them to the playoffs. Now, when they win in the playoffs, that's a totally different story. That falls all on Lamar Jackson's shoulders at the end of the day. See if they're still going to pass the ball around and be, this gunslinging offense, or if they're actually going to go back to the roots a little bit. That is to be determined. But this is about JPP. And JPP makes this team very, very dangerous if he can play what he did in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for those 20 plays that he's probably going to play. So, if JPP can give him 20 plays, good plays, playoff bound, then the Baltimore Ravens are playoff bound. 100%. This is the hands down, no pun intended, hands down, one of the best free agent signings that the Baltimore Ravens could have made. JPP fits his team very, very, very well. Let me know in the comments, guys, what do you guys think of JPP? I mean, yes, he has been kind of on a dominant defense the last couple of seasons, and he's kind of blended in a little bit. But I'm curious, do you guys think he will have a good end of his career, or, possibly win a Super Bowl with the Baltimore Ravens? Did he win a Super Bowl with the Giants? Did he? I think he did, right? So he could be on this Von Miller train, 3 Super Bowls on 3 different teams. We think about that. Does he win a ring? Let me know in the comments. Next up on the F and Then statements of the night, we are going to go down south to North Carolina. Gonna raise up. Carolina Panthers have started off the season 0-2 after getting their man Baker Mayfield. You guys all know how I feel about Baker Mayfield. I think he is a quality quarterback in the NFL. I think the Browns messed up by letting him go. There is no denying that whatsoever. However, Baker Mayfield said himself, and I quote, he has not been good enough to win. Obviously, they dropped week 1 to the Cleveland Browns. The revenge tour, right? The revenge game. Lost last week to the New York Giants 19-16. And this week, they have a winnable game. Very winnable game. CMC is looking good. Robbie Anderson is looking pretty good. Baker Mayfield, not so much. Like I said, as I quote, he says, has not been good enough. So, the question is going to get arise here. The if and then statement of the night. If the Panthers start 0-3, then what? If the Carolina Panthers start 0-3, then what? If the Carolina Panthers start 0-3, it is time to panic a little bit in Carolina. Because I think Baker Mayfield is a good quarterback. He has proven that. He led the Cleveland Browns to the playoffs just a couple years ago. The crappy Cleveland Browns, right? Yes, I know they had a pretty good team. Yada, 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 right? But if they start 0-3, they might start the season 0-7. This week they play New Orleans Saints at home. Then they got the Cardinals at home. Not a very good Cardinals team, but they're still the Cardinals, right? And then they're at home again versus the San Francisco 49ers. A much improved San Francisco 49ers team with Jimmy G at the helm. And then they travel to LA to take on the Rams, and they're back at home versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If they start 0-3, they're going to go 0-7. They are going to go 0-7 And I can hear it now. The media's like, oh, Baker Mayfield's trash. They messed up, yada, yada, yada. Well, if he's so trash, why is he starting over a $17 million quarterback? If he's so trash, why is he starting right now? Over, yes, I know, what's his face got hurt. It's on the IR. Carroll, right? Like, I get it. But if they start 0-3, they'll go 0-7. So if Baker Mayfield and the Carolina Panthers start 0-3, they will then go 0-7. Not because they're a bad team. Not because CMC got hurt. Not because Baker Mayfield isn't the guy. Not because Robbie Anderson is not doing his thing. It's because of Matt Rule. Matt Rule just is not a very good coach. Let's just be honest. What has he done for us? He hasn't had one winning season in the NFL. I believe he is 300 as a coach. I should have looked it up before, but I believe he is 300 or 400 as a coach. Any other team, you are getting fired after the third year. This is his fourth year, right? Fourth or fifth year. It is time to put up or shut up, Matt Rule. So, to complete the statement, if the Carolina Panthers go 0-2, then they will go 0-7. At that point, Matt Rule will then lose his job. There's a double then for you. If they go 0-2 or 0-3, lose to the Saints this week, they'll go 0-7, then Matt Rule will be gone. Urban Meyer will be waiting for him. I'm totally kidding. Urban Meyer will never see the light of day again. He will never set foot on the NFL field again. He might get a college coach. He might get the Nebraska Cornhusker job. He might wind up at some Missouri State like, what's his face did? Bobby Petrino, right? There's places out there for him, I guess, right? Shit. Whatever. In the end, it doesn't really matter. Lincoln Park, 2001. Maybe. I don't know. What do you guys think? Does Baker Mayfield lose his job if he goes 0-3? Does Matt Rule lose his job if they go 0-3? Does Sam Darnold take the helm if they go 0-3? Let me know in the comments. Curious what you guys think. My nose is running bad tonight. First day of fall and like 100 degrees out. Stupid. Show's moving right along tonight, guys. Hope you guys are ready for some Thursday night football. Steelers versus Browns coming up here in just a little bit. Got a couple more if and then statements. If you ever have an if and then statement, you can hit me up on the old Twitter machine at @manhour_butt or jump in one of our Trash Talk groups. Link is in the description. You can join any Trash Talk group. We have AFC, NFC, East, West, South, North, whatever. We have fantasy football discussion groups. We have just NFL talk. We have in general sports trash talk. Join one of the Trash Talk groups, guys. Hit me up on there on Facebook, on Twitter. I'm easy to get a hold of. Let me know if you guys got an if and then statement. Glad to have it on. Next one of the night that is near and dear to my heart, that is very effectively of the AFC West. Justin Herbert got his butt kicked on Thursday night, breaking those ribs, separated some cartilage and whatnot. And Wednesday and Thursday during practice, he was very limited. He is listed day to day, but, you know, seeing the way he was nursing those ribs during that rushing, and then, yes, he did throw it down like the very next play, but those ribs hurt. As a quarterback, you expose your ribs every play. That's why they wear the rib cage and throwing the ball. He has a lot going on in there. So, with Justin Herbert and the Chargers, like, obviously, they're a very, very good team with Justin Herbert in there. As Combs has them, they are the number 3 ranked team in the NFL. However, the if and then statement is this. If Justin Herbert does not play on Sunday, then what? If Justin Herbert doesn't play on Sunday, it's a blessing in disguise for the LA Chargers. Not because Justin Herbert is a bad quarterback by any means. Not because I don't have faith in the backup in Chase Daniel or Easton Stick. Not because they have, tough games ahead of them. They got a couple easy games ahead of them. Let Justin Herbert rest. They play the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. 2 very winnable games with Chase Daniels at the helm. Chase Daniels is the Ryan Fitzpatrick of the backup world, right? He has been like every NFL team in the backup world. I saw a stat where he's making like $250,000 per pass he has completed in his lifetime. Something crazy, right? So, very capable backup quarterback. So, if Justin Herbert misses this game, it is a blessing in disguise for the Los Angeles Chargers, because they're going to need them in the long run to make a good playoff push, to make that Super Bowl run. They do not need them. They do not need him to beat Jacksonville. They do not need him to go to Houston and beat Houston. Hell, they don't need him to go into Cleveland to beat Cleveland. Very 3 winnable games with Chase Daniels at the helm. It's a blessing in disguise if Justin Herbert misses this game. Matter of fact, if he is not even 100%, I would sit him out of this Jacksonville Jaguars game. Jacksonville Jaguars is a okay team now with the new head coach and Trevor Lawrence starting to become a true player that he is. I got a short comment on that and like in the morning. Check it out. But very, very winnable game. Chargers are damn good, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa and the rest of those boys, they are a dangerous team on the defensive ball alone. Their defense can play 80% of the snaps and they'll still win by 60. Like, that's how good they are. They are a damn good team. Blessing in disguise if Justin Herbert misses this game. This is coming from a Chiefs fan. I would love to see him be 80, 70, 80% for the rest of the year, especially coming into November. Maybe those ribs will never heal. I don't care. But as a realist, let him sit. Let him heal. You can beat Jacksonville. You can beat Houston with Chase Daniels. If Justin Herbert misses this Sunday game, it's a blessing in disguise. Blessing in disguise. Let me know. Do you guys think it is a blessing and is it like in disguise? Do you think the LA Chargers can win without Justin Herbert these next two games, Jacksonville Jaguars and at Houston Texans? Houston Texans is not a terrible team. Jacksonville's not a terrible team either. But I think the Chargers are that much better. Let me know. Let me know. Last if and then statement of the night. Guys, we are moving right along. Trying to fit in about a half-hour show tonight so we can get to the Thursday night game, guys, and enjoy it. This one, we went from L.A. Now we're going to New York. The New York Football Giants, #TogetherBlue. Kenny Galladay says he is confused by his lack of playing time. As you guys know, Kenny Galladay signed a 4-year, $72 million contract with the New York Football Giants this offseason. Pretty hefty deal for a guy that's taken 1 snap last week. That's taken 10 total snaps in the NFL season so far. Stealing money, right? So like I said, Kenny Galladay says he is confused by his lack of playing time. So, the if and then question for the New York Football Giants, we don't talk a lot of Giants on here, but when we do, it always seems to be negative. But if Kenny Galladay doesn't play more on Sunday, then what? If Kenny Galladay doesn't play more on Sunday, then I am trusting the New York Giants' new coaching staff. The reason why Kenny Galladay isn't playing, I've been watching their practices. I've been watching them on their YouTube and Twitters and Instagrams and like all that crap. He practiced half-asses. His work ethic is shit. He is not running hard in practice. He is not doing the little things right. He is not fundamentally sound at all during practice whatsoever. So, I don't care if you signed a 4-year, $72 million contract. I don't care if you were listed to be the number 1 receiver on this team. The New York Football Giants have turned things around. Their new coaching staff, their new culture, they are 2-0 right now. Saquon Barkley's looking good. Daniel Jones is looking Daniel Jones-ish right. So when we look at the rest of the depth chart, the rest of the roster, Sterling Shepard, David Stills IV, Ricky James, Wan'Dale Robinson, Tooney. Really a bunch of no-name receivers. Tooney, not terrible last year, right? He's listed at number 5, and Kenny Galladay's listed at number 6. So that tells you that the New York Giants and the new coaching staff, the new general manager, is not married to Kenny Galladay whatsoever. They want to keep him healthy, so they got trade bait. They want, if Kenny Galladay doesn't play more on Sunday, I am all in on the Giants. The Giants might win the NFC East if they keep this up. We'll see a really big measuring stick on Monday night when they play the Cowboys. Yes, I know they're playing Cooper Rush in the backup and like whatnot, but still, it's a big game. It is a rivalry game. It's Monday Night Football. It is for the division lead at this point. So to tell me that you have a four-year, $72 million receiver sitting on the bench taking one snap in a game in a 19-16 win over the Carolina Panthers, I trust you guys. I trust the New York Giants coaching staff. I am buying into their football ways. I am buying into what they're doing in New York. If Kenny Galladay does not touch the field for the rest of the season, the New York Giants are doing something right. I'm not saying Galladay is a bad player on Sundays. I'm saying he is a mediocre player at best Tuesday through Friday. When it's time to man up with some hair on your chest and get better, he's half-assing it. He says he signed his big deal so he doesn't really care to practice anymore. He doesn't need to practice anymore. There's $50,000 for $500,000 players get more playing time than you, getting more catches than you, seeing the end zone more than you because you don't have work ethic. There's a reason why they let Kenny Galladay go in Detroit. Dan Campbell's doing great things in Detroit. There's a reason why Kenny Galladay is not playing in New York. Giants coaching staff is doing good things. If Kenny Galladay does not play any more plays on Sunday, then the New York Giants win the NFC East. I said it. As a Cowboys passive fan, right there is my hat. I root for the Cowboys every week when they're not playing the Kansas City Chiefs. The New York Giants are a real threat to the NFC East. Yes. Am I buying the bandwagon a little too early? Possibly. Saquon Barkley is still healthy. Daniel Jones is still healthy. You have a $72 million receiver sitting on the bench, getting one play. They beat Tennessee. Tennessee is not who we thought we were. Obviously, starting the season 0-2. But they were still first in the AFC last season. Carolina Panthers, they are what they are. True test this week was the Dallas Cowboys. But then looking forward, they play the Bears, winnable game. Packers, winnable game. Ravens, we'll see. Jacksonville, winnable game. Seattle, winnable game. Houston, winnable game. Detroit, winnable game. Before we know it, they could be 7-1, 6-2. The New York Giants are looking like a favorable team in the NFC East. Yes, we still got the Eagles. Still got the Cowboys. Commanders are But the Giants, do not sleep on the New York Football Giants right now, guys. Do not sleep on them. I watched that Carolina game 3 times, trying to break down the film, trying to poke a hole in their game somehow, some way. The only hole that I saw was Daniel Jones' one interception. It was a very, very ugly interception. It was just a bad read, and the guy jumped the route perfectly. It was a perfect defensive play. It couldn't have been worse on the offensive side of the ball. He's completing 72% of his passes. 72% of his passes. Just under 400 yards. 182 yards a game. Saquon Barkley, 118 yards a game. Well, what else do you want? Defense is playing good. Keeping teams underneath 16 points. That is a recipe for winning lots and lots of games. Lots and lots of games. I said it. Peeked in my mouth a little bit when I said it, but I said it. New York Giants are a team in the NFC East to look out for. Do not sleep on them. Do not sleep on them. Let me know in the comments, guys. What do you guys think? Are the New York Football Giants a team that is the sleeper of the NFC? Are they going to sneak into the playoffs and make it into the Super Bowl somehow, some way again? Let me know. Let me know. I'd be curious what you guys think. It is Thursday. Let's give you guys some scores. Let's give you some picks here to end the show. And my nose is running real bad right now. Apologize about that. We got a couple minutes before the game starts. Pittsburgh versus Cleveland tonight. I'm taking Pittsburgh. Maybe Mitchell Trubisky goes off and has a good game. Man, Houston Texans at Chicago. Give me the Texans. I like the Texans defense a little bit better than Chicago's defense. I think it's going to be a defensive battle. Give me Houston. Vegas travels to Titans. Give me the Titans. Titans get their first win of the season. Kansas City travels to the Colts. Give me the Chiefs. Colts are just bad right now. Not a very good team. If the Colts go 0-3, I wouldn't be surprised if Frank Reich gets fired. Buffalo traveling to Miami. This is the game that I have circled that I want to watch. Are the Miami Dolphins really for real, or the Baltimore Ravens defense just bad? Give me the give me the Buffalo Bills in this one. I think Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis, all those Mackenzie Isabel. Those guys are going to go off. Detroit Lions at Minnesota Vikings. Give me the Vikings. As much as I like the Lions right now, the Vikings are just that much better. And they're getting better. Baltimore Ravens traveling to New England to take on the Patriots. Give me the Patriots. Actually, no. I take that back. Give me the Baltimore Ravens. New England Patriots always struggle against mobile quarterbacks. Give me the Ravens. Bengals travel to New York to take on the 2-0 New York Football Jets. How does that taste coming out of your mouth? The Bengals get the first win of the season. Eagles travel to Washington, D.C. to take on the Commanders. Give me the Eagles on the road. Saints versus Panthers. I like the Panthers, and like in this one, Winston has like 4 broken discs in his back. I don't even know if he is going to play. I like Carolina, Baker Mayfield, the chip on his shoulder. Jacksonville traveling to L.A. to take on the Chargers. I told you guys, Chargers are a damn good team. With or without Justin Herbert, Chargers win this game. Rams travel to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Give me the Rams. Cardinals start the season 0-3. Falcons travel to Seattle. Falcons get their first win on their West Coast trip there. They were just at Rams on their Seattle. Give me the Falcons. I like the Falcons in this one. Packers taking on the Bucks at Tampa Bay. Wyatt and Nana will be at this game along with his girlfriend. I don't know if I can say her name or not. I don't know why. Can I say her name? Give me the Packers. I like the Packers like in this one to go on the road and beat Tom Brady and the Bucks, even with freshly signed Cole Beasley. Sunday night game. Jimmy G and the San Francisco 49ers take on the Denver Broncos. Jimmy G's a winner. He travels to Mile High and whoops that ass. Broncos are just not very good. Monday night, Dallas Cowboys taking on the New York Football Giants at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Give me the Cowboys. Cooper Rush, Tom Brady 2.0, right? That's it for tonight, guys. We'll see you next time right here on the Man Hour. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, the subscribe button. Share this with a couple of friends as well. And enjoy Thursday Night Football. See you next time right here on the Man Hour.